Hi guys, welcome to One UX One. Today we're talking about what the qualities you need as a UX designer to become valuable, an asset to a company. So this is really important because not all UX designers are created equally. They're not of the same standards and demand from employers' point of view and the quality of their work. So everybody is different, and that's why everyone's portfolio is also different. So what makes you valuable? I think the first thing is being able to see the bigger picture. So blue sky thinking, reflection, and part of that is a competitor analysis. So how good are you at analyzing other designs from your competitors, benchmarking it and analyzing what have they done well. So if you're good at competitor analysis or benchmarking, that's one of the qualities that really key, because it makes your life easier when you've seen other great design to inspire you. And I wouldn't stop there, because a great UX designer looks at a great design. You might look at Apple's website or Amazon's checkout process, which is really effective, because what Amazon has done is they have millions of products, but they make it really easy to search and it's not overwhelming for the user. So if you're looking at things like that to benchmark, what I would say is a good UX designer will take it to the next level. We'll even look, how can I improve this? So don't assume that the biggest organizations have the best UX design, because they don't. You'll see lots and lots of pain points in so many of the biggest websites, apps, desktops, and software solutions in the world. So don't assume that they are the best. You can be the best by improving even on good design. So that's the first thing. If you can do that, you're going to become a great asset and a great UX designer. The second is, how keen are you to innovate? So innovation in UX design, are you somebody who's going to become a discoverer of new solutions that have never been done before? So because there's a lot of UX design that sit back and just, as I said, just benchmark, copy, and they're done, and organizations happy with that. But there's others who are testing the boundaries, pushing the limits of UX design, thinking of completely new ways to solve problems, thinking of new ways that users can experience that interface. That's a quality that is invaluable. And if you can add that to your portfolio, that I completely redesigned a call to action. I completely redesigned the layout or information architecture of an email interface. So if you can do something brand new, has never been done before, and the way to do that is to get the user research done first. Once you know what the users need and what they're asking for, you've got an evidence base for it. Because don't forget, you can innovate, you can create something new, you can create new components, new styling, but your stakeholders will ask you, what's the evidence? How do we know this works? So you'd create a prototype. After ideating, you create the prototype, you create the product, take it live, test it with real users, and the usability testing will prove whether your new design works. Now, it's quite risky to do that because it might fail, it might flop. But some organizations, and the good ones, will allow you to do that. They will allow you to iterate and create prototypes, even if it's not something they can see value in immediately. But in the long run, if you can solve a problem for them, that will change the way things are done. And let me give you a quick example. Before TikTok, Instagram and Facebook had pretty standard ways of messaging, notifications, and posting. And TikTok completely changed the user interface. And that's what innovation is. Completely looking at it from a different point of view and making it really simple to use for users. So if you look at things like that and you have that real desire to bring change in user experience, then you're going to be very, very, very valuable. So that's the second one. The third thing that will make you really valuable as a UX designer is to look outside of the user experience industry. So look at design in life, and that will really inspire you. So what you start to see is things that you're not used to using. So for example, if you go to the airport and you see a user experience of how people queue up for a restaurant. What I mean by that is when you look at the real world scenarios of people, let's say they're queuing up at an airport and it's really busy. They're watching the board for the flight time and they want to get their food, but they're queuing up for a long time and they're getting frustrated. When you see those real world scenarios that people go through, it really helps you think about design solutions. So when you look, it's a bit like white board challenge that, UX designers go through. It's like coming up with a solution off the top of your head. So if you start to think in the real world about solutions, that's when you become a great user experience designer. You start to see things in the real world and think, how can I solve that problem? You go in a coffee shop and you want to order a coffee and you think, well, how do I select the right coffee? How can I make that easier to do? So you start to see things in the real world and you start to apply them in your life and your user experience design. So the more you think, the more you reflect, the better designer you'll become. So it's almost like living user experience design in your daily life. And that's how you're going to innovate and come up with solutions that no one has ever thought of. And that makes you a groundbreaking user experience designer. I hope that was helpful, guys. Don't forget to download my free UX design guide and also subscribe for future videos so we can help you become the best user experience designer or user experience researcher that you want to become. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.